What's up, guys? My name is Emerson, your favorite manic and melanated photographer.
Hey, this is Alex, or you can call me Peach, your local content creator and fruit enthusiast.
And welcome to the Phot-Bros podcast.
Your one-stop shop for all things photography, videography, and content creation.
Yo. What is going on, everybody? It is the villain, Emerson here. Peach is, I guess he's on his way, but he's on Peach time right now. But I want to take the time to introduce our guest, Becca.
Hey.
Here with us today. Becca is a great friend of mine. She is killing it in the fantasy community. She's just one of a kind.
Oh, thank you.
Hey, anytime. But anyways, Becca, talk about your background, what you specialize in. I gave a little bit of a hint, but tell the listeners like who you are and what you do.
Yeah. So I am currently, my job is a dance movement therapist and mental health counselor. And as a hobby on the side, I like to partake in fantasy modeling and photography, cosplay, modeling, photography, cottagecore, anything that's like fantasy farm aesthetic. I love doing that. And I started just kind of fooling around with it by myself, but lately I've been able to get more into the community and do some more professional style photos. So
wow. That's a list. That's a long list, but definitely informational. Let's get into these questions. I have a few for you. How did you first get started in fantasy and cosplay modeling? And what in particular inspired you to pursue this niche within the modeling world?
So it was kind of a gradual process. When I was very young, I used to go to the Porn Festival like every year, and I would dress up always as some character from usually a Disney movie, sometimes Harry Potter. And then as I got older, I was able to go to a few comic conventions. I would cosplay as the TARDIS and Space one time, and also a few other Disney princesses. And then when I was in grad school, I went to even more conventions and I got really into like more legit costumes. I was finding things from eBay. I was pulling things together just to make like the best princess outfit that I could have. And then I started taking pictures of myself and I was trying to get like the vibe of the character. I was trying to create the style and the aesthetic that I wanted. But what really inspired me to focus more on the fantasy niche is that there's a lot more freedom. So you can expand yourself outside of just the cosplay arena and you can create your own characters. You can create fairies and dragons and witches and wizards and all kinds of beautiful original characters. And there's so many different ways to make it creative. You know, you don't have to stick to one type of fantasy genre or subgenre. You don't have to stick to one particular era. You can make it whatever you want. You can have a steampunk pirate. You can have...
That sounds cool.
Oh, yeah. You can have a witch who's also a fairy. You can do anything you want. And it's so stimulating for my creative brain. And it brings me so much joy to be able to make new characters and create new concepts.
Wow, that's incredible. Like, seriously. So basically there are like no limitations to what you can create.
Yeah, it's limitless.
Wow.
Endless possibilities.
Okay, maybe I need to get into this because sometimes when I'm like thinking about like, okay, what do I want to shoot today? I'm just creator's block. I'm all like, I don't know what to do. But from what you're saying is I could just create anything on the fly, whatever comes to mind, and just roll with it.
You can find inspiration anywhere. I find mine mostly in nature and thinking of fairy tales that I grew up with, but also looking at other creators in the community. They have so many good ideas, and sometimes I can find something that inspires me and just kind of jump off from there.
Awesome. So with there being like no limits when it comes to like creating these characters, I just want to know like what is your creative process when it comes to like designing the outfits and creating these characters, and what are some of your favorite characters that you have cosplayed before?
Yeah, so I'll usually just be inspired by one particular character, and I'll get it in my head like, okay, now I have to do this immediately or as soon as possible. But I'll start with my closet. I'll see if there's anything in there that I have that could possibly relate to this character or be a piece. And then I go to my favorite store in the world, Goodwill, where they have...
Shout outs to thrift stores.
Yeah, they have everything you could possibly want. And I'll just look for anything that can help me piece it together: a skirt, a blouse, a scarf, a hat. And it usually takes like a few different places from my closet, Goodwill, and my dress up box to put together one specific outfit. But the hardest part of that is sometimes you don't get exactly what you're looking for. So you might have to take some liberties with the character, which is... Some people prefer to keep it very, very strictly. This is what the character looks like. I can't really afford to do that. I work in mental health. I don't get paid a whole lot. So I take some liberties, and that's okay.
You need to pay our mental health workers a lot more money. Just
exactly. Hint, hint. But that does allow me some more freedom to make the character my own and really put my personality into the costume. And it's a lot more fun to do it that way. I'll use cardboard and other materials in the art studio at my job to create the different props. I've made several horns. I've made some like armor pieces with moss on it.
Wow.
I'm in the process of making a straw witch hat right now.
Oh, wow.
And all of that takes like pieces from everywhere, the dollar store, the trash bin, wherever you can think of. You just have to think outside the box and be creative with it. But also you can use other things to really showcase the character, like hairstyle. If you know what kind of aesthetic the character is giving, you can change your hair to emit that hairstyle. I usually pick my characters based on what color my hair is. So I've been doing a lot of redheaded characters in the last year or so. Hopefully I'll get to return back to blonde characters at some point. But it would be nice someday to be able to get a real well-made costume. There's so many wonderful creators on Instagram who have just brilliant pieces that I look at them and I kind of drool over them, really wanting to get them someday. But if I ever had like a sewing machine or some real solid art materials, I'd love to create a whole suit of armor and some chainmail.
Wow.
That is the dream, but that's a dream when I'm not working 2 jobs.
Yeah, it's kind of like me as a photographer. There's so much gear I want to buy and things I want to do, but I don't have the money for the equipment that I need.
Yeah. It's fun though, because some of my favorite characters that I have ever done, I have really not had to pay that much money for their costumes. The character that I did, Amarantha, last Halloween, I got that dress from Goodwill for like $10. And it's this gorgeous formal dress. Mm-hmm. And I got a necklace made out of bone from the Ren Fair, and it was like $5. Wow. Nice. So you really don't have to pay a whole lot for some of these characters. You can be really creative with it.
Yeah, that's insane. I think you're the definition of a creative. Like, really.
Oh, thank you.
Just like, I can't even put it into words because I thought I had a creative mind, but everything you're saying right now, it's blowing my mind right now. I think I need to really open my mind up when it comes to like ideas and bringing things to life, because just your whole process is so wow. I'm speechless right now.
Thank you.
But anyways, well, look who decided to show up right now. Ladies and gentlemen, the fruit has entered the building. Peach.
I am here. Yeah, I had some issues. No, not issues. I had some exams I had to take because, I love school. So.
School's important.
Education's important, kids.
Yeah, it is. It is. You got to learn your ABCs, your 1, 2, 3s.
I'm a college dropout.
Oh, well, that's
Sorry.
Anyway, yeah. So I am here now. I arrived in style, like I always do, and yeah. So let us go forward with this with our wonderful guest.
Yes, definitely. All right, Becca. Now picking up where we left off. What challenges have you faced in bringing certain characters to life through cosplay? And could you share a specific memorable experience you've had while cosplaying at an event or convention? I'm getting tongue-tied today, but Becca, on to you.
No worries.
Yeah, Tongue Tied is a good song too by Group Love, if anyone's curious. It's a good song. But yes, Becca, what were you saying?
Yeah, so most of the challenges that I face, sometimes when I really want to play a specific character, I try so hard to bring the materials together and I just can't figure it out. Last year when I went to AwesomeCon, I really wanted to create an Aurora / witch cosplay.
Oh, wow.
So it's
Wait,
like a...
from Sleeping Beauty.
Yeah.
Oh my God.
Yeah.
Boom.
So some creators have been able to take a cosplay and then kind of give it a twist. So sometimes it's a gender bend, sometimes it's like a zombie. But in this case, I really wanted to do a witch version and I tried really hard. I tried a million different things. I could not figure it out. So when I got there were like a few people who could tell who I was, but most people just had absolutely no idea.
That is so cool because I know I technically cosplayed a few times, but I love to give twisters, right?
You
Yeah.
cosplayed?
Well, I'm not like a supreme cosplayer like everyone else to the
Okay.
point where they make content about it, but I
Okay.
do like to dabble with it. Like, for example, like...
Please tell me you have pictures of this because I need to see this.
It's possible, man.
Okay.
Because I was a stormtrooper one time, but I made my whole costume out of all of the stuff from like the dollar store, and then painted all that. And
That's a cool challenge.
yeah, I didn't have. I mean, I was in college at the time, but I
True.
was only taking like 6 credits at the time, and so I said, okay, I have all this time, I might as well do something, and then I just did all that. But the twist was I added bloody prints
Ooh.
afterwards. So I was like, but now that my mistake was I should have made little like cracks or little this like, you know, depressed looks on it to make it look like I was one of those zombie troopers or something, but in an alternate universe, but or a death trooper, right? I guess that's the right word, but stuff like that, you know. But I love those twists. I even saw this one guy I think it was Katsukan. He had a whole samurai outfit, but the whole outfit was made out of the you know, those cardboards that hold like packs of Coke, of the Coke cans.
Cocaine or
No, Coke, like literally Coca-Cola.
Oh, okay. I was just making sure. I was making sure I was
Jesus, man.
hearing you correctly. But yeah, I know what you mean.
A moment of silence for this bro moment. But he did make a whole samurai outfit out of Coke cartons, I guess.
That's so creative.
That's awesome.
Yeah, you'd be surprised how many people just upcycle like so easily.
I mean, that's what Becca was talking about before.
Yeah,
Before you showed up.
you
We were
gotta
talking
think
about
outside the
how
box.
we were talking about how like fantasy and cosplay, there are no limits. It's
Oh no, there are
limitless.
no limits.
Yeah, so
Like you can copy something exactly as it is from an anime, a Disney animation, any story, any cartoon or whatever, and then you add your own little twist if you want to, or you can copy exactly as it is,
yeah.
which is what I love to do. I love little twists.
And those are the ones that really stand out
They do stand
Yes.
out.
and really show your personality as a cosplayer.
I know, it's so cool.
But sometimes when you do make ones that are much more similar to like the movie, like there was this one time when I was at a comic convention in Boston and Jodie Benson was there, who was the voice of The Little Mermaid.
Oh.
And I knew she was going to be there. So I actually, this very skirt that I'm wearing right now, it's a long blue skirt. I wore that and I wore a white blouse and a corset and I wore my red wig, which I hate and I threw it away. But I cosplayed as Ariel and I was able to sit in like the second row and she
wow.
sang and it was the most magical experience ever. And I asked her a couple of questions and she was like, "Oh, you're dressed like Little Mermaid." And that was really fun. That was really magical. One of the great things about going in cosplay to comic conventions and other events is you can actually meet the people who originated that character and finds connection. And there's so many things that inspire people to create these cosplays. Like there's a reason that we do it. It's because we find some connection with the character itself. And part of us wants to embody that. And that's a big reason why I do a lot of Disney princesses and witches and fantasy beings, because part of me really wants to create that magic within myself and find that little spark of something that maybe nobody else has.
I think I found a new coping mechanism for me.
Dude, yes, it is.
Literally, I might have to get into this.
No, but for real, it is. That's actually one of my big projects that I'm working on right now, is using cosplay and fantasy characters for inner child healing so that you can embody those characters and all of their strengths, all of their weaknesses, all of their traits, and find some way to express yourself in a way that maybe you aren't usually able to. It can be a really powerful tool for self-care, for coping, or for making a new version of yourself that you never thought existed before. Someone stronger, someone more powerful.
Wow.
That was
like a dominant being, you know, in this world, you know.
These dark times.
Yeah. Dark times.
Really dark times.
Yeah. It's interesting, you know, because a lot of people, like, there's fantasy around, but, you know, people always take the idea of like using fantasy, like from stories and whatnot, and then mythology, because I love mythology, you know, Egyptian, Greek, Roman, but Norse. I love Norse, but all that, you know, and then you kind of take in like other stuff, like from paganism, for example, because I know my family kind of dives into that a bit. Like we make little sacrifices to Mother Earth every now and then in a little fire pit. Because,
awesome.
but it's also kind of mixture with Catholicism in some way. It's kind of hard to explain.
How can you mix those two?
My family has done that for years.
Oh wow, that's
because they believe in God, right?
Yeah.
But they also believe in Pachamama, which is basically Mother Earth, and we basically do these little fire pits in our fire pit, and we get like pieces of paper and then like you know, different sacrifices, and I'm using quotations here, and like sacrifice pieces of candy, any cookies, any little statues or little clay sculptures that we made. And then, you know, it's kind of like a little sacrifice that we've covered in alcohol. And then we also use wine and alcohol so it ignites to splash all over the thing to kind of catch fire, but also around the house to kind of like bless the house, right? But also have, you know, like, but there's like, you know, little pieces of paganism in there.
So, wow, that's interesting, man.
Paganism plays a big role, and not a lot of people know about it.
Pagan goddesses are so much fun to dress up as. I've been doing kind of a series of that. Actually, Emerson, you and I took some pictures with the goddess Freya.
Gasp!
Yeah, that I think those Bridget. I think those photos were probably like my best studio portraits I've ever taken. Like even when I go back and I re-edit them, I'm all like, I've not taken a better studio portrait than this. So, yeah.
Those ones are so much fun because those are real goddesses, and you can kind of get into that pagan spiritual sense of feeling connected to something higher than yourself and embodying that goddess energy. Actually, those are my favorite. Those have been my favorite cosplays to do recently because it helps you connect to a more spiritual side of yourself and maybe some part of your heritage too.
Yeah, like meditation isn't enough. You know, you got to like, you know, kind of connect to your spiritual self.
Yeah.
It can actually be a meditative experience too, modeling those types of characters or any character when you really get into the mind of the character and you've got the costume on, you're in the setting, you've got the photographer in front of you. If you can get yourself into that meditative state, it makes the whole experience just 10 times better.
Yeah. If you guys don't know what we're talking about, you can just watch the movie Soul, you know?
Oh, yeah.
That is a good example right there. If you end up in a very meditative state in pretty much anything you do that you're passionate about or something that just kind of, you know, makes everything tranquil, you end up in this space.
The flow state.
Yeah, the flow state.
That's how I felt today during my shoot.
Yes.
It's just, I'm in my zen, just in my zone.
In your own little...
Nothing around me.
Your own little dojo.
Me. Yeah, you're in your own little world. Just everything's all right. You're just Zen.
It's like the truest embodiment of yourself.
Yes. Gosh, now I want to go to a meditation retreat.
What are you waiting for, man?
Money.
Oh, God. Okay, well.
Shout out to my day job. So, Becca, before we got started, me and you were having a conversation about like your reels and the content you post on your page. You said that all of those are pretty much self-shot. Is that correct?
Yeah. Yeah. All of it's self-shot, or sometimes my partner will help me with it, or previously my friends have helped me.
Oh, wow.
Because I can't always just bring like a professional along with me when I go places. I usually like to go by myself. So I just get my little tripod set up. I have my Bluetooth controller.
Oh, nice.
And I just use my iPhone to take all the videos. And I was taking all of my own photos until I recently got a better camera. But if I'm just doing like self photos, I still have to use my iPhone for that.
Wait, hold on. I am a nerd. What kind of camera do you have?
Yeah, that's what I was about to say.
The best that I can tell you is that it is a Sony, and it was gifted to me. And it is a very good camera. I've got a portrait lens on it right now, and it's been working pretty well so far since I've started taking pictures of other people now and then.
Peach is a Sony guy.
Yeah, I am.
Heads up.
For now.
He is a Sony guy.
For now.
For now? What do you mean for now? You're switching?
Well, not yet, but I was looking a lot. I'm looking at Fujifilm like a hell of a lot.
I know Fuji's been on some stuff lately. I've been kind of getting shout outs to Beware My Fuji, because those double exposures.
Yeah, I love silhouettes.
Oh my God, loving it.
Yeah, but that's pretty cool, you know? Oh man, Fujifilm. And no, but it's pretty impressive. Yeah. I mean, shout out to tripods and Bluetooth, because I don't know who invented Bluetooth, how we got there, but we have it.
It was a woman.
I don't think
it was a woman.
Shout outs to women.
Yeah. And Bluetooth. Yeah.
I love you, Betsy. That's my wife.
No, dude, when I first started though, I didn't have that. So I was on like the 3 or the 10-second timer.
That's
and
what
I would just go back and forth and back and forth running. Like one time I was shooting in a river, and I was running in and out of the water back and forth for like 2 hours, and it was exhausting. So this Bluetooth
Who needs treadmills,
is very helpful.
Yeah. I mean, with me, when I do my self-portraits in my Canon, there's something called an interval timer. So I would set like, okay, I went in like 4 seconds or 5-10 seconds. I wanted to take 30 shots. So I click the shutter, and I just have to run back and be there. And it's just like crazy. And then I have to, it's just back and forth. Unfortunately, DSLRs and mirrorless, I don't think they have a Bluetooth type of trigger. That's the worst part.
No, they
about
don't. So yeah, my Nikon D3200 was did not have Bluetooth, unfortunately.
Yeah, of course, because it's a Nikon.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Wait, what?
Trash.
Well, I mean,
I got beef with Nikon.
then tell them that. Okay?
I'm a Canon guy.
Tell them that. DM them saying, "Hey, I'm a Canon guy," and that's it. But no, yeah, Nikon has its limits. I do agree, but I don't know. I heard something about
Traffic.
Yeah, but what was I talking about?
You're talking about cameras.
Yeah, but what was I gonna say specifically?
I don't
think you know that.
Fuck.
Welcome to a normal Phot-Bros session.
Okay, no, I got it. Okay, but yeah, but I love Fujifilm. I'm looking a lot into it, and but some cameras have a certain like advanced technology where you can actually connect it to an app and then kind of do the timer from. I mean, I don't know if you have that.
I do have it, but it's like really just, it always loses connection because it's by Wi-Fi and Bluetooth. So depending on where I'm at, if I don't have a Wi-Fi signal or a Bluetooth signal, it's so wonky. Canon needs to get their stuff together, but
well, I mean, yeah, because I haven't done much research into the whole Sony. I assume there's a Sony app I can connect to my camera where I can just
possibly.
Well, I mean, because I heard of cases where you can connect an app to your camera, and then you can basically start a timer from here, to your camera, and then also take a picture on your camera, kind of like set it up, focus on you from here.
That's what the Canon Connect app does for me. It remote shooting. That's what they call it.
Yeah, but I'm assuming it doesn't work for you because of the glitches or something.
I mean, it has its good days and bad days, but I got tired of the glitches and I found a workaround. So
Okay.
I do.
I
I
haven't.
do it now.
Yeah, I haven't looked into it. I might look into it later.
Let's go back into cosplay,
Well,
bro.
damn it, Emerson. Why'd you say that question then?
It's a
That's what I
useful
said. I wasn't going to
question.
say that question.
Moving on. Okay.
For anyone who
It
is
is now my
looking
turn.
to
Well, yes.
just start like their modeling or photography journey, you know, an iPhone camera is perfectly fine to use, and you can still use editing apps on your phone too. So if you can't afford a camera right now, that's a good way to go. And that's how I started out until as recently as December. So
I agree with her because I was that's how I started with iPhones.
I still use an iPhone today.
Yeah, I mean, I remember I used to record videos with one of those like flip phones too, like little movies that I made, and yeah, that's how I started technically. But with the age of the iPhone, I actually started making. Remember that app, that FX app, where you can record something and then you can just add in like a missile and it just blows up. You don't remember that app?
No.
Producer Shane, have you ever played with that app?
Producer Shane is not mic'd up today, ladies and gentlemen.
Okay, well, that's my mistake. Okay, but no, there was like an FX, like digital FX app that like for the iPhone or iPod before, where you can record a video.
Interesting.
Did you not know this?
No, I would.
Because you're older than me, I assume.
But I started my photography journey.
No. This is way. This is just for fun.
For fun. I didn't really do videos for fun. I really got into it when I started doing photography. I started really getting creative with stuff.
Well, shit, man.
Yeah.
I bet that'd be really great for a James Bond cosplay.
That would.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, James Bond with like bullet holes in you, or like, yeah, this is a scenario where he died.
Oh my gosh.
Yeah, I know. It's pretty tragic.
That's dark.
I know, but talk to the director. He's the one. Yeah. I don't know where I was going with that. I forget what I was saying, but
I don't know either.
yeah, but those apps exist. It's pretty impressive, all those digital effects. But moving on from that, my turn to ask. So Becca, what role does I'm actually interested. So what role does the cosplay community play in your work? Because like you mentioned all these different cosplays you do, specifically fantasy type, but like, you know, like in your opinion, like what kind of role does that play?
So the community that I'm in right now is a little bit more focused on fantasy, and a lot of us do more book-based cosplays, like from the ACOTAR series, Throne of Glass, other fantasy series that are very popular, Shadow and Bone, and that is a very large and wonderful community in this kind of DC, Virginia, Maryland area. It's been the best way to get involved because I've been to retreats, tea parties, fairy balls, multiple fairy balls actually, and everyone dresses up in their favorite outfit. Some of them are cosplay, some of them are original characters, and some of them are just like, I want to wear fairy wings and a ball dress, and I'm going to arrive and stun everybody because everyone just looks so wonderful in all their different outfits. And a lot of these people are great sewists, and they make their own wings, their own crowns. There was someone who created an entire moon on their head, and it looked absolutely gorgeous.
Like they drew the craters and all that on their face.
Yeah.
Oh my gosh.
No, like it was a sphere hovering above their head, and it lit up, and it looked like the real moon, but smaller.
Oh.
That is impressive.
It was
That's
very
dope.
impressive. It was beautiful. I find a lot of inspiration within that community. And that's how I find out about other opportunities to collaborate with people to create art. At most of those events, there's some element of photography. So we'll either take pictures of each other or there will be some photo shoot aspect of it. But that's how I've met so many of my friends who are also into fantasy photography and modeling, and how I found the most recent opportunity that I've been able to be a part of and collaborate with.
Interesting. Yeah. Because it actually sounds very impressive. You know, I'm comparing that to my fairy outfit. Well, it wasn't fairy type, but...
Can I get a picture, please?
you have seen pictures. It was the fairy ball, I'm assuming, that you saw.
I got it. I'm drawing a blank, but
Hold on, producer Shane, were you nod your head if you nod your head if you were at the fairy ball.
There.
Becca and I were
it
there.
didn't happen.
No, Becca and I were
We have
there.
a lot of pictures, actually.
Yeah,
Okay.
like I was not technically a fairy, but I was an angel. I had my angel wings. I had my.
You're far from an angel.
Oh.
I'm just playing.
I mean, the hat says everything.
Yeah. Oh, damn. Yeah. Ladies and gentlemen, he is wearing a hat that says parental advisory explicit content.
Yeah, I know. The other day I was.
Sounds like an angel to me.
Makes sense.
That fairy ball, though, that was a really, really great event.
It wasn't a great
A
experience.
lot of people came there who had never done fantasy cosplay or
Oh, wow.
or any kind of outfits like that before. So it was a really great way to introduce them and get everyone feeling comfortable with wearing those types of outfits, because it can be scary sometimes. You know, if you're on your way to an event and you got to stop in Walmart for some beer or something, and you've got these wings on your back and you're wearing a big ball gown, it
very
can be a
true.
little bit scary, but it's actually one of my favorite things to do, because I'll have like little kids running up to me and being like, oh my gosh, she's a princess.
That's so cute.
Or people, one of my absolute favorite things to do, and the big reason I dress how I do every day is so that people come up and give me compliments. And so that's really fun. You know, you turn heads when you're walking down the street looking like you stepped out of the 1700s or out of Game of Thrones.
Yeah.
Oh, I love Game of Thrones.
Oh, man.
Dude, I'm actually considering being one of the ice zombies.
Are you watching House of Dragons?
I'm trying to get into it.
I'm
man.
trying to get into it too. I'm
I
just kinda
can't.
not
The
feeling
original
it.
series was
Yeah, I know.
better, to be in my opinion, because I can't, man. I don't know, but that's just me. but here's the thing. But that ball experience was actually pretty interesting. I was scared at first coming out of the car, right? Because I was technically an ice angel because that was my category. I had my samurai sword, I had my angel wings, I had my white pants, my white boots. I had a white shirt and a white button up over it. And then I had my sort of black and white and emo-ish type of wig on. And I also had my little goggles, you know, to make it look like, you know, icicle. And I had my whole face painted and all that. And yeah, the thing is I had everything painted. I didn't shave or anything. And I looked like Colonel Sanders and from the KFC, you know. And I'm like,
That good old chicken.
yeah, but I look just like the guy, and I'm like, damn, is this how it's supposed to look? But I went anyway. I put my makeup on. I had everything on. So, and I'm here. And yeah, a lot of people were like wondering, man, I didn't think you were going to dress up for this.
You got to do what you got to do.
That's
for sure.
part of the fun. You know,
Yeah.
it's not as much fun if you just go in a regular old suit and tie. You got to dress up,
Yeah.
put the makeup on, put the wings on.
It was that event that kind of made me think, yeah, I can do more than this. So I started doing a lot more.
There is so much more out there, especially around this area. There's just so many different
There's a
things to
really big
do.
scene in this area.
Is there a certain amount of people that you like because you have a whole community you can collaborate with in
Mhm.
regards to this, but is there like certain groups that you have a go-to like within the area?
Kind of. Well, the Phot-Bros are definitely a group that I've been able to collaborate with on numerous occasions.
Shout out to them.
Absolutely. They're all very awesome. There's also, I don't know if it's necessarily a group, but there's several people that regularly congregate together.
Is it Cosmeet?
Actually, I have not been able to go to one of their events yet.
Oh, really?
No,
Oh.
this group put on the Fête du Fée ball last August, and they put on the Moon and Myth ball this
Oh,
spring.
that was them? Oh man, I thought someone else put that on. Okay. I was not. I thought someone else put that on, another group. I didn't know it was
I don't know if there's like a group per se, but there are a lot of people who we regularly go to the same events, and I've been able to become friends with some of them. And there's been this one creator in particular, Cell, aka Cabra Cosmonaut, who put on several events last year that I attended, and then I've recently been able to collaborate with them on their. Well, I will be collaborating with them on their short film that we did promo photos for last month.
True.
So
Dope.
those are all really awesome people. Such amazing photos they take. And I'm so lucky to be able to be a part of that community as well.
Well, shout out to Copper Cosmonaut.
Yeah.
Man, that sounds pretty cool, man. And moving on from, well, in addition, I'm actually curious too. Yeah, I know. I'm actually asking a lot of curious questions, right? Because this sparked my interest.
Curious
I love the
Peach.
curious questions.
Let's write another book.
But in your opinion, is any photographer able to jump into fantasy cosplay and cosplay photography?
Absolutely. All that it requires is a sense of imagination and play, for sure. And I would also recommend having a little bit of understanding of the character that they're shooting as much as possible, because you can really make something stand out with complementary lighting or action poses or different angles. If you're good at editing, you can add in some elements of magic if the character has like ice powers or fire powers. That can really enhance the cosplay and make it stand out and give it its fullest potential. But anyone can jump into that.
That is pretty cool.
That's awesome.
It's interesting because I don't know if you noticed, Photoshop has some updates where you can add like different stuff.
You can add anything. It's AI.
Well, not just AI. See, like that's now which people can do at any point. But there was times where you can creatively add fire. Actually, yeah, you have to render it.
Oh, okay. Yeah.
Yeah, when you render,
like, wow.
Yeah, you can render fire, and then from there using the curve pen tool too. And then once it's there, you're gonna have to complement it with some glows of like the fire glows and all that. And the lighting and all that, but I did that for a recent photo shoot where I just used my RGB light, but the color was so orange reddish that I said, this is not enough. I need to add some fire around, so I did, and it made it look very not demonic. It was more like a very fire angel type thing. Bro, what are you doing?
Sorry, guys. My phone decided to open up a reel by accident. I was on the script and then a notification popped up and I decided to click on it and it was just like loud as ever. Sorry.
Becca, I am so sorry.
Dude, I know you're not talking. You were late today. I started out the episode by myself.
Man. He's right though.
I actually have been playing around with adding magic to photos. I don't have any like fancy type of app or anything, but it can be really fun to add in your own little magical elements. Although fire would be great for a Zuko cosplay if you ever wanted to do that.
Ooh, I'm gonna write that down.
Yeah, I have a Qatar outfit that I have been holding on to for a long time, just waiting for the perfect opportunity to wear it.
Double ooh.
Whenever I get my old hair back.
Cool. Now that is amazing. No, like I don't know.
With you, man.
I don't know. Everything like Becca said right now, it has me in a very dramatic pause.
Dude, that's how I was when the episode started. I was just silent. I was just like, oh my gosh.
Yeah, it's interesting.
I'm glad I can bring that out in you.
Although when it comes to like you said, any photographer can jump in, but would you say, well, maybe they don't need this, but is there a certain technique they should just acquire at some point if they're going to continue it, like cosplay photography?
Probably just being very open to whatever fits best for the character. There's no one specific technique. It's not like dance photography where you have to know how to take photos of a moving object. You might, if the character in question wanted to do some of their sword fighting moves or combat moves, or if they have a lot of different movements for their magic use, that's always good to know. Yeah. But you can, as long as you have a sense of play and creativity, you can hit the ground running. You can do whatever you want.
Okay, that's actually good to know. Yeah, because like I don't know. I like to think that cosplay photography, like you're gonna have to like say, in my opinion, I think you're gonna have to master a little bit of Photoshop.
You can, but also like when I did the Amarantha cosplay last year, all that you need is a nice background, and the character should have all of their props. If you can go to a really cool location, that'd be even better.
See, that's the thing. It's to like obviously I always say location, location, right? Because you don't want to shoot like something fantasy type in like in the junkyard, you know?
You can if it's...
I mean, you can
shoot anything anywhere,
contrast,
dude.
I know, but like if you want to do something where it's like, you know, if something fantasy type in and you want to be surrounded by green hills, see, cause that makes sense.
Because like at Katsucon and Otakon, the pictures that photographers take is literally in the convention center or the hotel. There's really like no unique backgrounds, but as long as the cosplayers are in like their poses and everything of the character, it's fire.
True. Maybe I'm just being a perfectionist here, but the thing is, I don't know. Like you see a lot of people, and then you have them in the background, blurry and all that. I'm like, I guess I have to get rid of those people because it just, you know, for me, it's just it makes me it's like an ick. You know?
It depends on what you want to show. If you're just showcasing the costume, then you can absolutely take photos at the convention center. If you're wanting more to tell a story and have a narrative, then I would say a location would be great. For instance, if you want to use a junkyard, that would be great for a Lunar Chronicles cosplay, which if anyone wants to collaborate with me on that, I really want to do that.
Shane, save that clip.
Yeah, you can't hear right now, but I'm like writing this down in my notepad. Another idea. But for me, it's all like location, you know, because for example, well, here's two examples. One, the recent shoot you did with the Freya. Freya.
I think we both got shots of her in that costume. That was the hose meetup.
Oh no, sorry, not that one.
The Bridget one.
Yeah, the Bridget
woods?
one. Yeah,
the
the one where you're in the forest.
Yeah.
Oh, that was one I did too?
No, the one in the emerald outfit.
Yeah, the Bridget one with.
Oh, that was me who did?
Yes, it
come
was.
on,
Okay.
man.
I'm drawing blanks
recently.
today. I've had a long day.
That was one of my favorite shoots because I got to use my sword.
Oh, yeah, that was awesome. I was so nervous during that shoot because I was like, I've never done anything like this, and so I just went with it. I was
Exactly,
just like,
and you did a great job. Like you didn't need to know anything beforehand. I had my props. We were in the woods. We were good to go.
Yep.
But the thing is, when I saw those photos, see, like not only did the forest, like the greenery of the forest, complement the dress because, you know, color wise, but it just made sense.
Yeah.
And so, for example, one shoot I always wanted to do, to this day I haven't done it yet,
What?
is I've done a Star Wars shoot before, right? But the thing is, like the model I had was she had a lightsaber, but we decided to go in a creek near where I lived. And it was very Dagobah vibes.
Yeah.
And it was very swampish, right?
Oh.
But the thing is, she also, like, it didn't matter to me that she wasn't in a Star Wars type outfit. She at least, you know, modeled with the lightsaber. So my next project, I want to do like the same Star Wars thing, but one, the model should at least have something that is very, you know, Star Warsy. Two, I want to do one that's related to Hoth, the ice planet.
Oh,
But
yeah.
the only way I can accomplish this is not only do it in the winter, but I have to be surrounded by snow. Or if that doesn't happen, I guess I have to use AI to add in the snow in some way, like at least in the background, you know, which I don't want to do, but I guess I'll have to. But I at least want to try it somewhere where it snows.
Well, you never know. Next winter could be like Snowmageddon winter. So
That I try.
yeah.
But like my friend Bilal, like shout out to Bilal.
Shout outs to Bilal.
Come on, dude.
That was the Roku remote. That's not
My God, man. What is going on? I walked in late. I understand that.
I didn't even know that was there.
Whatever. Okay.
That is a good point to bring up, though, because sometimes because sometimes when you really want to capture something, you might have to wait around for a little bit until you get the opportunity. So when you see an opportunity to go to a location you've always wanted to go to, you might just want to have your cosplay ready to go whenever that opportunity hits. So you can be like, okay, I'm going, let's do it. Like I was going to Ireland last year. I knew I wanted to do a few different outfits. So I really took advantage of that. And I tried to utilize that to the best of my ability. I was actually in Hollywood Studios several years ago at Star Wars Land. So I dressed up in my best Batu outfit. I wasn't cosplaying any character in particular. I was kind of being an original character. But, you know, when you're there, you can take pictures next to the Millennium Falcon, next to speeders, all kinds of things.
But yeah, but see, with Hoth, the whole Hoth situation I have going on, like, so my friend Bilal hit me up and then he said, hey, we should do a winter shoot. And then I, now, unfortunately, timing wise, I think something happened. I couldn't do it. But regardless, I was snowed in with like 2 inches of snow, which wasn't too bad, but still, like, you know.
In the DMV, that is what snowed in means.
Here's the thing.
2 inches.
Here's the thing. In the photos, we kept talking about winter shoots, right? And then the moment it snows, no one really, like, everyone just shuts down.
That's because nobody knows how to drive, dude. It's
That's
like
so
it's
true.
Yeah,
so
tell that
unsafe.
to Maryland, okay? But here's the thing.
Even here in VA and DC, nobody knows how to drive in winter
Okay, DC,
weather.
I understand. Virginia drivers, I think we're pretty good. Maryland, they don't know how to use our turn signals. Talk to them about that.
That is very true.
Yeah. I mean, shout out to Maryland to a certain degree. But,
Nah,
you
no
know.
shout outs to Maryland.
Okay, well, I'll take it
have
back.
Bad feelings.
But my point is, you know, like at some point I will maybe I'll rent a Jeep or a big truck or something to.
There you go.
Because we can go into imagine doing this. Imagine whether it's a Star Wars shoot, whether it's a any type of Narnia, whether it's type of any fantasy shoot, whether it's a fashion shoot with the furry coat or something, maybe something spicy if you want. In a forest where it's snow with evergreen trees. Just imagine how cool that would be.
I actually do have a spicy shoot coming up in the middle of the woods, but no snow.
Is it snow?
No snow.
Well, that sucks. I'm kidding. It doesn't suck. But still, if I could have some sort of truck and then drive through in the forest, like, you know, like
off-roading, like some Jurassic Park.
Yeah, if that's allowed. If that's allowed.
Good luck finding a forest with space enough between the trees for that.
Yeah. Well.
You might need to do some walking.
Yeah, that is true.
That is something we're actually going to do. But not like that. But so I didn't mention this to you before, but do you remember the whole water shoot we kept talking about?
Yes.
We do have to hike a little bit. But
I'm here for it.
Same here. I'm a hike person. So both to get to the location, but it's a beautiful hike. So I don't mind it.
Oh, yeah. I mean, I have to hike all the time to get to the places I want to go to shoot. So that is something I'm very used to.
But I'm fine with it. Plus, we kept talking about, like, I'm still, because of her, now I'm developing a Mothman type of concept.
Yeah.
So, and yes, I will have her involved because Mothman.
You better.
I have to, man. Mothman just lives inside us. Okay, you don't see it, but it's there.
All of y'all talking about this whole hiking thing. I just hop off a metro and I'm at my spot.
Okay, well, good luck with that.
Or shoots.
Yeah, different people have different like places that they prefer.
No. I'm just saying I need to step my game up. You guys are like totally I'm just like, damn, I've been limiting myself for so long.
Well, don't. Okay, guys, for anyone who feels like they're limited, just
like Shia LaBeouf said.
Just
do it.
But seriously, yeah, don't limit yourself. There's so many endless opportunities.
Yeah.
So last question. Any future projects you have coming up? What is going on in the life of Becca?
Yes. So as I mentioned earlier, last month, there was a small promotional shoot for an upcoming short film based on the book series Throne of Glass.
Oh, snaps.
And that is a collaboration between multiple creators. The concept is created by a Copper Cosmonaut. Ooh. So we will be starting the Kickstarter for that later this year. And then that will be filmed sometime next summer somewhere in Europe. We're not sure where, but I'm very excited for that. I play the character Rowan, who is a Fae Prince Lord. Ooh. And that was awesome because I got to do some gender bend for that.
Oh, yeah.
I'm really excited.
Becca is really good at gender bending, though, by the way.
Yeah, I saw that, and I honestly thought you were cosplaying the Witcher.
Yeah, it was actually a Witcher wig that we were using.
Oh, yeah, because I was like, hold on a minute, and
yeah,
but it was pretty cool regardless. I'm like, Becca?
Yep, right. That's me.
Or Bruce,
But yeah, look out for that because more about that will be coming later this year.
Well, I will keep my eyes open.
Definitely, same.
But now this has come to an end. So we're not gonna sing a goodbye song, but we're gonna remember Bear in the Big Blue House, that kind of goodbye song.
Stop.
What,
or Out of the Box. So long, farewell
to you, my friend. No, but yeah, we have to say farewell to our friend Becca.
Yes.
Well, thank you guys so much for having me. It's been great.
Yeah.
It's been a pleasure. Like, I don't know.
Hopefully next time Peach won't be late.
Yeah, okay, yeah, it's true. That was my bad. I walked in, I saw this guy, and then I saw her. I saw the glitter, and I was like, yeah, this is going to be a great episode. But I saw, the next time, no, not glitter, it was fairy dust. That's what it was. But regardless, it's been a good episode. And so much about cosplay. So yeah, I don't know. I love Becca. We're going to bring her back eventually.
Definitely.
I hope so.
Yeah.
We better.
We need to do another Z-Burger trip.
Another what?
You remember after the hose meetup, we went to Z-Burger?
Yeah, we did.
Yeah.
Although it could also be something else, like, I don't know, Thai cuisine or something.
Oh,
yeah.
Yes, Thai cuisine.
I'm down for anything.
Cool.
We should this whole crew right here. We had like the greatest hangout after a studio session.
Well, time to end it. And it is time for us to say goodbye. So you will, catch us on the next episode.
Yep.
Yeah, I won't be late.
You better not be late.
Yeah, no, I won't.
All right.
Awesome. And if you guys want to find me, my username is Becca's Dress Up Box on Instagram and TikTok.
Yes, go look for it. Becca's Dress Up Box.
Definitely. Well, I am the villain and your favorite manic and melanated photographer, Emerson.
Yeah, I'm a very peachy guy in a very peachy way. I will see you guys soon.
We'll see you guys soon. Peace. Thank you for listening to the Phot-Bros podcast. Feel free to follow us on Instagram at Phot-Bros podcast and follow us on X/Twitter at Phot-Bros.